I've been thinking a lot about the deeper meanings and the deeper purposes behind making music. Now, I love making music, and that includes producing, songwriting, anything I'm doing instrumentally. I love making music. And I bet you do too. That's why you're on this list. That's why you're watching this video. So what are those deeper meanings? Well, right off the bat, there's fame and fortune. And those are great. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But those aren't the deeper meanings that I'm talking about. Let's get to the heart of why we like to make music. And I'm thinking of 4 different reasons that have come to mind for me. And these overlap. They're not totally succinct. And these are just my thoughts. And I'd love to know if you have reasons that I'm missing here. The first is to send a message. To send a message to the world, to put a message out, I think is an amazing reason to write music. Especially this year, being 2020, it's a great time to send a message to the world. Whether that's encouraging, whether that's standing up, coming back, going out to vote, whatever it is your message is. I wrote a song with a co-writer, Lauren Light, called Rise Again. We released it early in May, and it was really motivated by the riots and the Black Lives Matters riots and the injustices we've seen a lot in our country right now. And so it was my way and her way of sending a message to the world and saying, hey, come back, rise up. If we've been knocked down, we're going to come back. Think of the song Imagine by John Lennon. It's a great song for change. He's saying we could do better. We could be better if we tap into loving each other and empathizing with each other and getting along better in the world. There's a better life we could be living. Think of the song Arms of the Angel by Sarah McLachlan that was used for all those really, really sad animal humane ads that were on TV for a while. Those are extremely effective. And there's 1,000 other examples of which songs are used to disrupt the normal status quo and invoke change. So that's one big reason why I think we should be making music. The next is to express ourselves, to express our light. And this gets into our creativity. If you're like me, you love to create things. And that doesn't mean just music. I love creating businesses and revenue sources. I love creating. When Legos are available, oh my gosh, do not get me started. I love Legos. I have a little brother with big brothers, big sisters. And when we have a chance to play Legos, I think I'm more excited than he is because I just love to create. It's so fun. So I think there's something to be said about doing music for just the purpose of the feeling and the benefits of creating. It's our way of sort of tapping into being like God, if God is a creator. So I love that. Next, I would say is to empathize support, to empathize with the human heart. I'm thinking of several songs. There's one that came out. Billie Eilish's brother, Phineas, is an incredible artist. If you haven't heard him and followed him, I strongly suggest you do. He's incredible. And he has a song called I Lost a Friend, which is all about losing his best friend. And he was even quoted as saying, there's this feeling that guys can't express the love that they have toward other guys without sounding gay for straight men. And he said, this is stupid. I loved my friend and I lost him. And I want to sing about it. And it is one of the most moving, most raw, incredible songs. I highly suggest you check that out. One of my favorite songs is by Dido. And if you know me, you know that this is one of my favorite songs. This came out like in 2003 or something like that, a long time ago. For some of you, you weren't even born. It's called Resting Here With Me, or I think it's just called Here With Me. It's an incredible song. I think it's the perfect song. And it expresses the feeling of not having your lover with you, not having your romantic interest or your partner or whatever it is with you. And that I can't sleep until you're resting here with me. I can't breathe. I can hardly do anything until you're with me. And I love that kind of empathy that she captures of the human heart. I had an opportunity a couple years ago, in 2016, actually, 4 years ago, to put music to a poem that my friend Brooke wrote. And Brooke was struggling with cancer. and she has since passed away. And I actually flew out to D.C. before she died. She was working actually for the White House at the time, the Obama administration. And she gave me a tour of the White House. It was incredible. But I went to her little apartment, and she had written this song about her struggle with cancer, and it's called October.
It doesn't go away or even sting less if you conjure taglines and clever boob jokes. Or hot pink stitching when NFL players dress. No. These actually fire triggers, and that's when I choke.
And I want to show you this song. I'd really like you to listen to the song. And if you like it, please post it. And I just took her in her little bedroom. I recorded her voice speaking these words and talking about this poem. And I put music behind it, and I released it. And I was able to show it to her right before she died. Now, at the time she wrote this, she was in remission and thought she had kicked cancer. And the whole purpose of this song, or this poem that she wrote, was to express her frustration with the fact that every October she's reminded so much about her cancer because she sees all the pink everywhere. And even though people mean for it to be a very big support for, hey, we're supporting cancer awareness, for her it was, as she describes it, a bitch slapping every year. And I loved these sentiments because I'd never heard it from this angle before. And so I wanted to put it to music, and I was just extremely honored to be able to do that. Which just leads me back to my point. To emphasize and support the human heart, the emotions that we have, is one of the most beautiful reasons for why we're making music. Whether that's sadness, depression, or fun and celebration, and going driving in the club and capturing the excitement of a sports game, or a win or a victory in your life. It's those moments, to be able to capture those in music, are so amazing. And sometimes you can do that better with a song than you can just with words. There's something about the melody and the tension between the intervals of the notes, along with the words, can create a sentiment and a message that words alone cannot do. It's one of the most amazing things about a piece of music. Lastly, music is an amazing tool to be like the soundtrack to your day. If you've ever gone to have a massage at Massage Envy or whatever place you go, and they put on the spa music in the background, and it's so relaxing and it fits what's going on. It's very similar to like yoga. They put on something very soothing. And to have something, even if it's just one chord that's just moving and playing and swelling, and it's just a chord, sometimes that can be so beautiful and can be a perfect soundtrack to what you're going through and what you're doing at that time. I've recently started a YouTube channel with a buddy of mine, and it's called LoFi Panda, and it's all lo-fi chill hop or lo-fi hip hop music. And it's the kind of music you can put on and just put on in the background while you're working and studying. And this has been around for a long time, and I'm just excited about doing it. I'm working with other producers, and we're making this kind of music and putting it out on our channel. And I have to tell you, I didn't expect to love this so much. I really love this. It started as sort of a business adventure, but it's quickly become a passion. I listen to lo-fi hip hop all the time when I'm working, when I'm reading, in the car, while I'm cooking in the kitchen. I listen to this kind of music. If you want to check it out, please follow us if you'd like to. But I'd like to hear what you think. These are the 4 reasons. Again, mine was to send a message, to express your light, to emphasize the human heart, and to be a soundtrack for our lives. Those are my deeper purposes for why I make music and why I love music. What are yours? Talk to me. See ya.